there have been some accounts saying that protesters in the encampment are largely peaceful on campus, and then when you get outside of campus, outside of that gate, there's a divide. There's more chaos there, more incendiary language. Was that your experience when you were there?
I think it was a mixture of both, but I think what really the focus is that the students on campus are in fear for their safety. That's the problem here, and that's really what our message to the president is that she should resign. She has parents and guardians spend a lot of money to send their kids to Columbia University. I'm pretty confident that none of the parents have decided to send their kids to Columbia so that in April of 2024 they'd be studying virtually from home because their Jewish children are too scared and are basically told in an email that your safety, you're not safe here, you should stay home. I mean, that's not what America is about. That's not what we should be aiming towards, and that's why we need to pass legislation. It's one of the things that Congressman Lawler and I discussed yesterday. We have legislation. I co-sponsored a piece of legislation that he has that would call for the defunding of federal resources to universities who are promoting anti-Semitic and hate-filled acts and who are not engaging their students. Listen, there's one protecting your freedom of speech and your constitutional rights. There's another when you're putting people in fear. There's another when you're walking through the streets of New York City with flares and lighting flags on fire. It's an issue, and that's one that we need to face.
The legislation you're referring to is the Anti-Semitism Awareness Act and the Stop Anti-Semitism on College Campuses Act. Do you have Democrat support for those two?
I believe there are co-sponsors that have signed on from the other side of the aisle, people that are that have common sense, that realize that this is what we are facing, unfortunately, across college campuses. And perhaps the only way to really affect change is to have that power of the purse. And I think when you start taking federal resources away from these universities, when you threaten federal aid that students are receiving to go to these universities and these colleges, where it's very clear that they're teaching hate. When you have 100 professors who sign on to a letter defending students who are praising Hamas, that's a real issue.